Hello, I'm Ilene Wood, and this is today's episode of Bag Lunch. Today we are looking at contemporary needlepoint handbags. All of the bags you're going to see today come from a company called Le Shop de Meuse, and it is a vendor that I found online on Etsy. It's a little shop in the south of France, and what they do is they take traditional needlepoints and they turn them into delightful, beautiful tote bags. This is the first bag I purchased from them a few years ago. And this bag has two children on the front. And if you turn it to the back, they've used the other part of the needlepoint, the bottom part of the children. In fact, let me turn it this way. So the whole image has been used. It wraps around from the front to the back. And the bag has a separate hard bottom. And at the time, they were making straps out of burlap and ribbon. And this was the first bag I purchased from them several years back. Now, they have since moved on to a signature shape and technique. And that is, they're now using old horse hardware, the sort of bridles and hardware you would use in a horse, you would use in a horse harness. And these bags, once again, feature traditional needlepoint, but they've recycled the leather material. They line them in lovely toile prints or florals or other patterns to coordinate with the outside. And what they also do is an interesting mashup of different patterns that work delightfully well together. This is one that is quite traditional. It's a lozenge filled with cherubs or putti. And if you turn it over, there are birds and you see the bird's wings. In fact, if I turn it sideways, you may get a better fix on what's happening. But here's a bird's head and it goes to the back to the bird's wings. So this at one point was a very large tapestry. It was a big needlepoint that they have converted into a tote bag using horse harness, leather, and lining it in a traditional French provincial print. Here is yet another bag from Le Shop de Meuse. And what I like about this one, it's a nude, but done very tastefully. So all you see is her back and her foot. And right up the center, they run a little sort of band of a geometric print. And if you turn it over, once again, you have a portion of her body, both her back and her legs, and a candelabra in the center. This is a very 1940s stylized take on a griffin. And it's a gentleman who is playing a flute with a stylized bird sitting on the edge of the flute. And it's just done in a wonderful stylized manner that feels very 1960s, very French. Here's a tote bag that features flamingos, and it's done in a very bright and minimal way. And notice, once again, the horse hardware, they even utilize the buckles. So it's really taken straight off of the horse and put onto the edges of the bag. And once again, a beautiful coordinating print. Now the final two bags, they have recently gone into a new shape of little evening clutch purses. And this one has a woman, and if I turn it over, you'll see how it works. So she's taken directly out of a tapestry, and she continues right around. Here's her gown. But when you close it, it becomes almost abstract. And this too is a wonderful stylized print that features the talons of a bird. You've got the tail of a bird and the talons of a bird and some leaves. But they make really lovely clutch purses. And this is a company, once again, called Le Shop de Meuse, and you can find it on Etsy. So thank you very much for joining us for today's bag lunch. I look forward to seeing you the next time.